we will have the next speaker that will be conducting his workshop. He is the founder of Speakers Valley. He's also one of the district winners in the year of 2022 for the table topic contest, and he is also the 2023 Malaysia Influential Educator. And he's a certified design thinking practitioner and also a TTT certified trainer. Wow, the list is so long, I couldn't mention enough of it. But nevertheless, the list, you don't have to know all of it. You just have to know his name is none other than Tay Vui Kit. I would like to pass the control to Vui Kit. Everyone, please give him a round of applause.
All right, thank you so much, Brian. Okay, welcome everybody to the sessions. Okay, how are you guys feeling? Good? So you see the fact that today is a Saturday, most people are party outside. Some people are going for concert later on, but you guys are in this session here itself learning. That shows a lot about yourself, okay? So maybe for a start, right, maybe everybody just type down inside the chat, what is the one thing that you have learned from Brian's session just now, okay? So because every time when we have an input, we need to have output. So to ensure that we are learning, just type in down, what is the one key diamond that you have taken away from Diamond session? So for Robert is, you realize that you are a bird. All right, that's very interesting learning. Okay, so what kind of bird you are? Okay, understanding personality to connect more by Hassan. I'm an owl, Chen Fai as well. Sui said, know yourself. Winnie will be personality. Dope test from Jenny as well. Okay, keep it coming. What else? What have you learned from Brian? Okay, very good. Yeah, Jenny, it's like a playing of puns, dope test. Okay, it's important to mix different birds in the team. Okay, interesting dope test. All right. So you see, the reason why you're actually learning all this personality is not to just set a limit for yourself of who you can be. It's not like you tell yourself that, okay, I am a peacock, so that's why I can't be organized. It doesn't mean to be that way. It only means that you are good at maybe socializing, but if needed, you can also switch up your character, switch up your personality to be dynamic, to meet up with different mentees as well. All right. So hope you guys have a great learning session just now. So in the next sessions, we are going to go in depth into the mentorship mastery. Okay. So before I get started, I just want to ask yourself, how many of you here you have been a mentor in Toastmasters before? Type down 1 inside the chat. Okay. How many of you have been a mentor in Toastmasters before? Okay. You serve as a mentor, or not just in Toastmasters, maybe in your workplace as well. Just type down 1 inside the chat. Okay. Okay. I see the Suran and all that. Or how many of you here, you have a mentor before? Type down 2 inside the chat as well. Okay, type down 2 inside the chat if you have been you have a mentor in your life as well. That's great. Okay. Okay, I would say that some of you guys have been a mentor, but most of you here, you have a mentor in your life. Okay, so I want you guys to, the first questions that I want you guys to think about is that, so you see, all of us have a mentor in our life that shape us for who we are. All right. Yeah. All of us, we have a mentor in our life that shapes us for who we are. And I just want to ask you, think about the mentor that have positively influenced you in your life. What is the one thing that this person do that inspire you? Type out inside the chat as well, right? What is the one thing that your mentor did that touches you, that makes you feel that you're inspired? Okay, type out inside the chat. Okay, so for instance, for mine, right, one of the things that my mentor did was really making me believe in myself even when I didn't believe in myself as well. Okay, very good. Same goes to Megat as well. Believe in me. Chen Fai said selfless but tough, meaning that he's tough on you, right? Hassan is like, okay, he is being encourage you to go for your dream. Suching is supportive and motivating. That's nice, Suching. Okay, what else? Keep it coming. What is the one quality that your mentor have that makes you become a better person? So Enhan is like pouring his skills to me, right? Okay, very good. Very good. Okay, what else? Keep it coming. Now, tough love. Okay? Tough love, calm, cool, composed as well, and never gave up on me. That's really nice, Narendra. Okay, thank you so much for sharing. Yeah? So you see, all these are the qualities of what a good mentors do. Right? So you see, your mentor did this somehow, and it changes you. Right? So I want to share with you, right? If you look into some of the world's most influential person, or look into some of the influential persons in your life, right? You realize that the influential people, they always do these 3 things. How many things? 3 things, right? So I want you to take this down as well, because you are going to become an influential mentor as well. Okay. So the first thing you know that influential people always do is that they guide other people how to think. Okay, you think about it, right? The mentor that you have, someone who is influential to you, did they in a way taught you how to think? Yes? Yes, right. Yeah. Did they actually teach you a new perspective of how you see the world? They did. Yeah. So if you want to be influential, you need to actually work on how are you able to guide other people to think, right? The second thing is, you see, sometimes influential people, they may not be the nicest person. Do you agree? They tend to challenge people to grow and contribute because they know that you can achieve so much more than that. How many of you have a mentor that really challenge you, push you through, give you tough love, but you still respect them? Okay, that's right. So because we know that they're doing it out of the goodness of their heart and they want to see the best in us. And the third thing that influential people always do is that they role model the way, right? So you see, if someone who come to you and teach you how to think and challenge you to grow, but this person is not role modeling the way, is not taking actions by themselves as well, chances are you won't respect them. Okay, so the best way of leading an example is to do it. Yeah. So when these three meets together, that is what I call someone. That is when you become influential. That's when you're able to influence people, right? So you can take a picture of this, or you can snap it down, or even you can actually write this down as well. Yeah. So my question to you is this: now, as a mentor, some of you guys here as a mentor, are you able to go into these three things as well? Right. So this way today we're going to find that out. Yeah. So you see, before you even start to teach other people, become a mentor, that's when you need to first, learn. You need to first input first, because remember this thing called, you can't pour from an empty cup. You guys agree? Type it inside the chat. You can't pour from an empty cup. Type this inside the chat, everybody. You can't pour from an empty cup. Yeah. So what it means is actually, if you want to become an influential mentor, you want to be able to influence people, you need to first update yourself. You need to first be an active Toastmasters. You need to be able to understand a lot of things that happen to you first. Okay, so far so good. All right. And one of the ways of how you can actually pour, how you can actually fill up your cup is by learning how to become a mentor. It's by joining workshops like this. Okay. So you see, we are all in this organization called Toastmasters, and this year we are celebrating 100 years, right? So give yourself a round of applause. We are in an organization that runs for 100 years. So what makes Toastmasters last for 100 years? Type down inside the chat. In your opinion, what makes Toastmasters last for 100 years? Right? Well, so many clubs keep on growing. Even during the pandemic, it's still surviving. Okay, influential brand. What else? Okay, passion. Okay, what else? All right. So some of you say passion, you say they're adding values. Okay. Now, if you think about it, right, in Toastmasters, there's no teacher one, there's no trainer, there's no a specific coach. You don't pay to get a coach. It is this mutual support system that makes it work. Even though we are far away from the US, but it still works. We are still able to learn something because of this thing called mentoring, peer learning environment. Yeah. So that's why mentoring is so important. And if your club doesn't have a mentoring system, it's time for you to really think about how are you able to start to set up a mentoring system, or how are you able to start to become a mentor for your team members as well. All right. So you see, having heard about all these things, okay, how to become influential, how you become a mentor, I just want you guys to type down inside the chat, right? Just now you learn about personality. Now, in these sessions, since we don't have a very big groups here, I want you guys to type down inside the chat, what do you really wish to learn from this session? What do you hope that I can cover, so that I can actually make this very personal to you, right? So what do you wish to learn from my sessions? So you can actually put it down. Or I wish to learn about this side of mentoring. I wish to learn about that. So just put it down so that I know that what you wish to learn, and I can customize the content to other people. Okay. So Megat want to learn how to impact my knowledge to other people. Very good. Yeah. So, and also skill of mentoring framework, how to become an effective mentor, how to effectively mentor someone. Okay, great. Okay, good. So these are the things that we're also going to be covered. All right. And also in between, if you have any questions, you can ask me. And at the end, I will allocate more time for questioning as well. Okay, how to effectively mentor someone. Okay. So today we're going to cover three things, right? So secret number one is I'm going to share with you, right? You see, a lot of people join Toastmasters to learn about speaking. But I'm going to share with you why mentoring skill is even more important than public speaking skill for a Toastmaster, right? This is something that is not commonly shared, right? Secret number 2 is that how are you able to start to become a mentor? Even you're not a certified coach or mentor like ICF lah, whatever lah, right? You're able to still mentor someone. And a third secret is that how are you able to strategically guide your mentee even without input from you? Because we always think that we need to have a lot of input. We need to learn a lot of things in order to transfer the knowledge to someone. But the chances are, but the answer is not so much. Okay. So we're gonna learn about these 3 things. Okay. So are you guys ready or not? If you guys are ready, just type down ready for me inside the chat. READY. Okay. Ready? Just type down ready for me inside the chat. Okay, thank you, Anhan. Okay, all right, Mamat, I'm born. Oh, you're born ready. Wow, wish. Lain macam ni brand reply. Okay, very good. Right, ready. Okay, good. So let us go into the first session. Okay, why mentoring skill is more important than public speaking skill as a mentor. Okay, so I'm just curious here. How many of you here you are an entrepreneur? Type down E for me inside the chat, meaning that you start your own business. Yeah. Or how many of you here, you are a leader in your organization? Type down L for me inside the chat. Type down L for me if you are a leader, if you require to lead someone. Or how many of you here, you are not yet a leader, you are a corporate professional? Just type down a C for me inside the chat. And how many of you here, you're a salesperson? Type down S for me inside the chat. Okay, so you see that some of you here, a lot of you guys are actually leaders. You actually have people reporting to you. Okay, very good. Right, NG, oh, NG, you are joining in. Okay, NG, wow, NG, you just recovered. Okay, remember to take a break if you need it to, okay? Yeah, good. So let me share, is it okay that I share with you a little bit story of how Toastmasters has changed me from a corporate professional to become a speaker and trainer? Is that okay? Right, so I'm going to share with you a little bit of my background. My name is Vui Kit. I am an influence coach. And right now, I am actually running my own program, public program called Influence Breakthrough Masterclass, as well as Influence Inner Circle, where we are actually coaching some of the corporate leaders, as well as top entrepreneurs around Malaysia on how to achieve their next breakthrough. So I also run trainings for some of the Fortune 500 companies as well. Yeah. So you see, with all these things that I'm currently doing, being a coach and a trainer, what if I told you that I wasn't a coach and a trainer at the first place? And I even didn't think about it. I could actually become a coach and a trainer, right? So I graduated as a chemist, by the way. I'm a chemist, okay? I'm a chemical, I studied chemistry. And when I first graduated, one of the greatest decisions that I made was joining Toastmasters, okay? So here's my Toastmasters journey. I joined in there, not knowing what I'm going to get. I just know that I like to speak. So I just want to see what can I get from there. So when I first joined in, my objective is to learn how to speak. Yeah, that's it. Nothing else. So 1 year after that, in 2015, right? You know, our club back then don't have a lot of members. So, you know, sometimes I'm being volunteered to become the VPPR, the Vice President of Public Relations, right? In 2016. And also because there isn't much members, so I had to take up the position as a mentor as well. Yeah. So that is my first exposure to become a mentor. So, you know, when I first started, I don't really know how to mentor people. It's like whenever someone actually assigned to me, I will be very much focused on guiding that person on the speech. I don't care whatever goal they want. I just focus on working on the script, right? But I realized that not all people join Toastmasters to become a speech champion. They just want to maybe learn how to become leader and all that, right? And in 2017, I became the president as well. And I even started to lead the mentoring groups in my club as well, right? So when I was actually in 2017, I started to very actively join contests. I started to join contest after contest, but I always lose in the area level. Yeah, how many of you here, you're a seasoned contestant as well? You are joining contests, okay? How many of you here, type down 1 inside the chat if you're a seasoned contestant. How many of you are joining the recent humorous speech contest and table topics? Type down 2 inside the chat as well. You are joining? Okay, or how many of you, you're mentoring someone to join contest as well? Type down 3 inside the chat. Okay, it means that you are guiding someone. Oh, Brian. Okay, good. Okay, so that was how I was. So I decided that since I kept on stuck, I need a mentor, right? So one of my earliest mentors are these 2 gentlemen. How many of you know their name? If you know their name, type down their name inside the chat. Okay. Okay, do you know their name? So the left-hand side, yes, Brian, you're right. Left-hand side, his name is Sim Bok-san. He is actually one of the district champion as well. The right-hand side is Chen Chun, also one of the district champion for District 51 as well. So these two are one of my earliest mentors. And because of that, from my experience of working with them, I really learned how to really craft a speech. And also I really learned how am I able to turn my stories to become a powerful message. So ever since I had mentors, I became an even better mentor. Yeah. And also in 2018, I started to join the district program quality team in mentoring, helping the district to set up mentoring system as well. So that's when I start to actually go to some of the clubs and to guide them on how are they able to use mentoring system and to set it up. Yeah. And you see, every year there's a new learning from me, right? And in 2019, I joined this thing called Toastmasters Leadership Institute. How many of you know TLI? Type down me inside the chat if you know what is TLI. Okay. Okay, good. Okay, I think Brian also part of TLI before. So I would say that if you want to consider to become a trainer or a speaker one day, you need to join TLI, because in TLI, that's when you run the COT, Club Officers Training for the district. So I joined TLI, and that really sharpened my skill. You know, together with Srinivas, one of the leaders that I respect the most. So in that team, we were pushing each other's like, how can you make the training more engaging? How can you make the training more fun? Yeah. And because of this experience in Toastmasters, I started to have a lot more opportunity. And currently, I'm very fortunate that I was able to give training to some of the biggest brands in Malaysia and some of the Fortune 500 companies, like like Petronas, like even Shell, Intel, as well as some of the brands like Western Digital as well. Okay. And currently, I also run my own public program where the number of students, the biggest class I actually did was actually 60 persons, right? So the reason why I'm telling you this story is this. So you see, when you join Toastmasters, right, at first we may think that we are joining just for public speaking, but turns out it can lead us to many more things as well. Yeah. So for example, some people join in Toastmasters, maybe you just want to progress in your career. Yeah. So you want to improve your leadership skills. Or maybe some of you want to become a coach and a trainer. Just curious, how many of you here you thought about one day you want to become a coach or a trainer as well? Type down me inside the chat. Okay. How many of you thought that one day you want to become a speaker, coach, and trainer? Wow, so many of you, right? So see, Toastmasters is able to help you to achieve that. And in fact, I think that like a Brian, he's actually on his way to become a very renowned trainer as well. And even Su Ching as well, right? Su Ching is also becoming one of the very renowned trainer in terms of yoga as well. So do check out from her as well. Yeah. And also, you see, in Toastmasters, that is when you have all this opportunity to take your skill set to a bigger stage, right? So the first thing first, you need to start to ask yourself, what do you want to achieve by joining Toastmasters in the first place? Type down inside the chat. What is the ultimate goal for you when you join Toastmasters? Okay, the Yoda of yoga. Oh, nice. So what do you want to achieve by joining Toastmasters in the first place? Type down inside the chat. Okay, everybody, just take some time to reflect. Yeah. You need to get this right first. Okay. As Norazin is to become a trainer, conquer your fear. Okay, Mamat, conquer your fear so that what? So they want to achieve what? Okay, learn various styles of speaking, become a better person, meet and greet people. Okay, some of you want to become speaker, trainer, or coach. All right. So you see, here's the good news. Toastmasters can be anything that you want it to be. Right? So you think about it, right? If you want Toastmasters to become a networking platform, can it become a networking platform? Yes, it can. Right? If you want Toastmasters to become like a platform for you to start to become a speaker, can it become that? Yes, it can. Right? So it can become anything that you want it to be, but you need to have the end in mind. Yeah. And I will say that if your goal is to influence people to become a better leader, you need to first get the opportunity to become a mentor. Okay. Type down inside the chat, type down the word mentor, mentor. You need to at least become a mentor once in your life in Toastmasters, because that is the biggest learning that I have. Right? If you can 𝐿𝐴𝐷 the people in Toastmasters, your mentee, okay, realize that when you go out there, you can 𝐿𝐴𝐷 a lot of people as well. All right. Good. So that's why mentoring is so important. It's sometimes even when you master public speaking, go for mentoring. And you realize that the more you mentor, the more you become better at your public speaking skill as well. And also, I want you guys to remember this quote. When you teach someone something, you are learning that something twice. Right? When you teach someone something, you are learning that something twice. Do you guys agree? If you agree, tell them agree for me inside the chat. Yeah? Because when you teach someone something, right, compared to you learning it, when you teach someone, you have to simplify things. You have to really understand it in order for you to teach that someone. Okay, that's right. So when you mentor, you are going to amplify your skills so much more. And that's how I become better in terms of my speaking skill, because I started to mentor people. Okay. All right. So are you guys learning something so far? Yes. So that is for secret number 1. And why is it so important for you to learn mentoring skills? Okay, because mentoring skill help me to actually get to where I want to be, and it will help you as well. Now let us go into secret number 2. Yeah. So how to become a Toastmasters mentor even without coaching and mentoring experience, right? So you see, a lot of times when we think that we need to become a mentor or become a coach, we need to have certifications, right? How many of you actually have certifications in mentoring and coaching? Type down me inside the chat. How many of you actually have certification? How many of you don't have certification and coaching experience? And just type down no inside the chat. All right, good. Some of you said no. All right, very good. So here's the next question that I want to ask you guys. Okay, so the good news is, if you have certification, that's good. If you don't have, no worries. Toastmasters is actually a perfect place for you to start. All right. Now here's the next question I want you guys to answer. What is the difference between a mentor and a coach? Right? Type down in the chat. What is the difference between a mentor and a coach? Or can I just get someone to just unmute yourself? Just raise your hand and I'll get you to unmute. Raise your hand. Anyone? Or maybe I just call the names lah, okay? So how about, yeah, someone raised the hand. Who's the person?
Lynn, you may talk, Lynn.
Yeah, mentor is yeah. Hi, it's me, Norazalin.
Is it IBM graduate?
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay, you are Lynn from Master Jaya, is it?
Yeah, correct.
Oh, okay. Hi, Lynn. Okay, yeah. So what's the difference between mentor and a coach?
Hi.
Yeah.
Yeah. A mentor is coaching is teaching in a small group.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mentor is as for me, I'm experienced mentoring. Mentoring is something like more dekat lagi lah. So previously I had mentoring one-to-one, something like that lah.
Understand. Okay,
Yeah.
thanks, Lynn. A round of applause. Yeah, so Lynn is actually a graduate from one of my public programs. So happy to see her here. Okay. All right. Any more who wish to speak? What is the difference between mentor and coach? Any more? Maybe we can ask Jenny. Our representative from Corner Toastmasters. All right, Jenny.
Thanks, Vicky, for the opportunity. To me, mentoring will be a long-term growth. So meaning that during the journey, maybe you want to be a better speaker in public speaking. So this mentor will be responsible to guide you along the way. Whereas to me, for a coach, is that they will be given a specific time frame, for example, 6 months, and within 6 months, they will use their strategies or any plans to help you to grow. So after this short-term period of time, maybe you need to ask them whether they want to continue or not. That's
very nice. Okay, give Jenny a round of applause and also give Lynn a round of applause as well. Okay, very good. So you see, being a mentor and being a coach, they actually pretty much sum it all up. So as a mentor, you are guiding someone based on your past experience. Okay, so maybe you actually have a little bit more experience, maybe in Toastmasters. So for example, you are a 6 months member, and then there's this new member who joined in. So in a way, you are more experienced than this person, right? So that's how you can actually sometimes become a mentor. It's more like you are imparting a knowledge and as well as guiding that person in a sense, right? While for a coach, is when you are actually coaching someone, meaning that you are not necessarily experienced in that environment as well, in that topic, right? But what happened is that you are able to help someone to actually find clarity. You're able to use questions to help someone to find answers as well, right? So you see, a lot of times mentor is actually they have the experience and they use this experience to guide the persons, while coach, a lot of times is that coaches use questions to guide the persons to find the answers themselves, right? So sometimes as well, this is actually the main difference between a mentor and coaching as well. Now, do you think that sometimes mentor can become a coach as well? Yes or no? Yes, right? Do you think that coach can sometimes become a mentor as well? Yeah, so that you can actually combine both if it's needed to. Okay, so I want you guys to remember in the Toastmasters context, you don't have to, your role is to become a mentor, right? And I want you guys to have this mindset. You write this down. You don't need to be an expert to be a mentor. You just need to be one step ahead. Okay, you don't need to be an expert to be a mentor. You just need to be one step ahead. Meaning that whenever your club president asks you, would you want to become a mentor? You don't have to think so much that, oh my goodness, I'm not a speech champion, I'm not a district champion. Yeah, I'm not so powerful like Brian yet. Okay, don't think about all this thing. Just think about that. You just need to be one step ahead. It's like, okay, I am 6 months in Toastmasters. At least I know how to use the Toastmasters system for my benefit, so I can actually guide the younger members. Yeah. So there must be something that you are good at that you can impart to other people. So far, so good. Makes sense? Right? So that's why when your VPA asks you to become a mentor, say yes and think later. Okay? Say yes and find Brian and ask him to teach you how to be a mentor. Right? So say yes first and then you learn the experience. So don't be so afraid of rejecting. So in Toastmasters, right, did you know that in Toastmasters, there's actually a mentoring path? You guys know that? Not many of you know that. If you know it, type down me inside the chat if you know it. There's actually a mentoring path. Okay, very good, right? So there's actually a way for you to become a certified pathway mentor, and you will get this very nice pin here. How many of you have seen this pin before? No, right? Okay, so yeah, it's actually a mentor pin. So after you become a certified mentor, you can actually buy this from US and to wear it on yourself. Even if you're not certified, you can also wear it. Yeah. So how you can actually call yourself a certified pathway mentor. So I want to brief you guys on this, right? There's actually a pathway mentoring path. So what happened is that step number 1 is that when you completed level 2 of your pathway, any path, you'll be able to see that there will be this thing called the pathway mentor program appear. Poof, it will pop up and you can select it. Okay. So in that pathway mentor program, so how are you able to get certified? So remember, step number 1 is that to complete level 1 in the mentoring path, the mentoring path has actually got 3 levels. First level is very simple. You just fill up the form, the mentor self-assessment form. When you complete it, submit to VPE, then you complete level 1 already. Ta-da! Easy or not? Right? So that's how you actually complete level 1. Now, to complete level 2, you need to work with a mentee, a protege, to complete 1 speech project. Just 1. Then after that, you deliver a speech, 5 to 7 minutes, to share about your experience. How does it work? How does it feel like to work with this protege? Then you complete level 2. Ta-dang! Right? Level 3 is that you mentor someone for 6 months. And at the end of 6 months, you prepare a 5 to 7 minute speech. And then you completed level 3. So that's how you completed the pathway mentor. Then basically you completed the pathway, the pathway mentor path. But you're not yet a certified pathway mentor. To become a certified pathway mentor, one last step is that you need to complete level 5 of any path. Okay, that's it. Then you can become a certified pathway mentor. So far, so good. Is it clear? Understand? If you understand, type down 1 inside the chat. Okay, good. Very clear. Okay, so just to let you know that there's such thing in Toastmasters. Okay, now how many of you here, when you actually running your mentoring system, right, you don't exactly sure what should you cover in every session? It's like, I just let it flow, like whatever question that they have, they just tell me lah. Okay, type down me inside the chat if that is true. Or how many of you here, when you are guiding a new member, you're not so sure what to talk about with this new member as well? Type down me inside the chat. Okay. So Qian Fai actually feels so, Shu Yi as well, Shirley, as well as Lu Xuan, Suren as well. Okay, so that is one thing that when I'm actually the mentor coordinator of my club, I noticed that is the biggest problem, is that mentors don't know what to cover with their mentee. So let me share with you what I've actually recommended to our mentors in our club what they can actually cover in every sessions. Okay. So you see the first sessions, right? The first meetup with your mentee. What do you think you guys can talk about? The first meetup. What should you guys talk about? Anyone? Just unmute and just shout. Or Zheni said, dope test, very good. Brian Chan, are you single? Okay. So that's the wrong meetup. That is for a matchmaking meetup. Brian, wrong context. Mamat said icebreaker. Okay. Very good. You actually do an icebreaker. What do you want to achieve? Very good. Yes. First meetup, don't stress your mentees so much. It's like you share, the first meetup, right? Don't go and share the entire Toastmasters, how Toastmasters work all the way until from the club, until district, until international, right? So don't stress the person up. Just understand why the person joined Toastmasters. Yes, Lynn, you're right. Okay, understand what is their main objective. Okay, so know your mentee. So understand your mentee's learning goal. So meaning that ask your mentees like, what is the reason why they are joining? And so this is the first reason, a few questions that you can ask in the first meeting. What is the reason why you joined Toastmasters? How do you wish that I can support you in the Toastmasters? How do you wish that I can support you in this journey? Right? So you actually understand, and then after that, set a 6 months goal. Don't set for like 6 years. Start from 6 months. What do they want? What do they want to achieve? Oh, I want to do two speeches. I want to do 3 speeches. I want to do table topics. And then agree on a mentoring method, meaning that, okay, we are meeting online or offline. Okay, and then after that, work on the first speech. Brainstorm the icebreaker speech. Because normally they are blur. They don't know what to do for the first speech. Yeah. So when you're done with the first meetup, the action that you need to do is that help your mentee to book the icebreaker speech, right? And also to help the mentee to take up some of the basic roles like SAA, grammarian, timer, and other counter. Okay. So do you realize that the first meetup is quite chill? Starting from something small first. So that's good. Okay. Makes sense, huh? All right. Now in the second meetup, so the first meetup, why is it important? Because I noticed that a lot of new members, they don't dare to book their icebreaker speech. So you need to push them a little bit. Help them to book the first icebreaker speech. When they book the first one, then they know how to book, and then they can actually be self-sustaining already. Right? So the second meetup, maybe 1 or 2 months later, is that you customize your learning for the person. Right? So the second meetup, give feedback on the mentee's recent icebreaker speech, and also brainstorm for the second project speech. So you see, it's always moving forward. What's next? What's next? If a mentoring sessions, you have a good chart, happy, but there's no next action, then I wouldn't call it a good mentoring sessions. A good mentoring session must always have a next action plan. Very, very clear. Right? And also understand any other support that the mentees need. So again, get the mentee to book the next speech slot and also to take up some of the more intermediate roles like table topic masters or Toastmasters of the evening. Right? And a third meetup, we go even deeper. We review their progress. So just re-look into, in the span of so many months, what are some of the progress that they've actually achieved? And to brainstorm the third project speech, if any, and also to answer any questions. So this is the time you guide your mentee on how to become evaluators, like table topic evaluators or evaluators. Right? So you can see that these 3 sessions is actually slowly building your new mentee on how to take up more challenging roles. Yeah. So take a screenshot of this. You can also use this in your club as well. You can share it with your mentor. How many of you find this actually quite helpful? Take down me inside the chat. How many of you find this actually quite helpful? Okay, great. Okay. So the biggest killer of progress is in your club. Every mentor has a different way of doing mentorship. Every mentor just do whatever that feels like. Yeah. Some mentor is like when during the first meetup, they ask you, are you single? All right. Maybe some mentors, when the first meetup, they go yum cha or drink something else. Yeah. So it's not unison. So your club members will not have a unified experience. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not so good. You're at the mercy of the mentor's mood, right? Or the mentor's motivation. Okay? Okay, good. Learning something so far? So this is actually something you can actually take note and to apply in your club as well. So far, you guys learning something? All right, good. Now that you actually learned secret number 2 is about how you can actually mentor someone even without experience, and also how to implement what you should cover in your first 3 sessions. Now, what about if you are mentoring someone who is more experienced, is no longer a new member? Do you think you can use this system as well? Yes or no? Type down inside the chat. If you are mentoring someone who is more experienced, do you think you can use the same thing as well? Yes, right? Basically, it's the same thing that whoever you mentor, the first thing you need to know your mentee first. Okay? But it's just then you also help the persons on the next speech. But maybe if you are helping someone who is more experienced, you don't have to like guide them so much more on how to take on some of the Toastmasters roles like TMEs and all that. Right? So that's the only difference. But it's actually basically the same process and customize your learning. So what's good, huh? Okay. Whew. Okay. So now let's go to the third sessions. I'm speaking a lot, a bit tired right now. Okay. But okay, right now in this session, it's your turn for you to learn how are you able to guide your mentee, even if there's no input from you. Okay. So how many of you here, whenever you are guiding your mentee, you feel that you don't know how to give advice to your mentee? Type down me inside the chat. Your mentee has a problem. They ask you for advice. You don't know how to give them advice. Type down me inside the chat. And how many of you here, because of that, you feel that you're not confident to become a mentor, right? Or sometimes you even use this technique called gorengnology. It's like you try to goreng an answer to your mentee. Type down me inside the chat as well. You goreng things. You're not so you just goreng. Type down me inside the chat. Yeah, okay. So the thing is that when you goreng too much, you tend to, your food will tend to hangus, right? Gorengnology, tend to hangus, yes. So what if you as a mentor, sometimes you don't have to stress yourself to have all the answers. As a mentor, you don't need to have all the answers in the world. You don't need to be an encyclopedia, but at least you need to have some skills of how to help the mentee to find answers. And this is what we're going to learn in this session as well. Okay, so as a coach, right, being a coach for myself, I'm also coaching some of the top leaders. I am also coaching some of the speakers. I'm also coaching, so for example, some of my coaches are actually like the directors of the banks. Some of the coach I have was actually general managers of certain companies, or even they are the CEO of certain company. Okay, so to be honest, I don't have experience to become a CEO in a company before, in an MNC company. I don't have experience to become a general manager in a listed company before. I have not. Okay, but does it mean that without that experience, I can't coach them? Yes or no? No, right? Okay, so what happened is that as a coach, you need to be able to have the questioning skills to help the persons to actually gain clarity. Okay, so as a coach, this is what coaches always use. All right, and this is what we call the GROW model. Everybody type down inside the chat, GROW, GROW, GROW model. Have you guys heard about this GROW model before? Yes? So was it good, huh? Okay, good. So GROW model, what does GROW stands for? And I want you to pay attention, and then later on, we're going to do a demo, and you yourself will be doing it as well. All right? So what does GROW stands for? Now, G stands for go, right? Meaning that when you are coaching someone, when you are mentoring someone, it's important to understand from your mentee, what is it that you want to achieve? So what does success means to you, right? What do you want to see yourself achieving in the next 1 year? So if you don't understand their goal, chances are you will tend to throw them different solution strategies just to find out that that is not what they're looking for. So you need to understand that even though you know the goal, you need to get them to verbalize their goal themselves as well. So that's step number 1, goal, right? Step number 2, R, stands for what? Stands for reality. Okay, so what does reality means? So goal is that you want to know where the person is going. Reality is you want to understand where the person currently at right now. Okay, so where are you currently? From the scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your skill right now? Okay, so ask them where they are currently so that they will actually rate themselves. They need to know where they are right now. And the next session, once they know that where they are, the next step is you go into O, options. Option means what? Option means that, you see, you know your goal, you know the reality right now. So in order to get to where you want to go, what are some of the options that you have right now? What are some of the things that you can start doing? So a lot of times mentors tend to give a lot of suggestions, but options is that you're getting the mentee to voice out their suggestions themselves. You let them speak up themselves first. You let them think up themselves first. Because always trust is one thing. Your mentee has the answer. Sometimes the mentee has the answers that they need already. They just need some probing skill from you. Options. Okay. Last but not least, W stands for will. Okay, so now they identify their options. Will is like you ask the mentee, so what will you do next? What is the next action? Remember, I told you in a coaching session, if there's no next action, chances are it's not really a good it's not really an effective sessions, right? A good coaching sessions must always have a next step, or at least something next to do, something small to take action. So the will is like the next step. So what will you do first? Okay, so this is actually a growth model on how you're able to coach someone. Okay, so far so good, everybody? How many of you here you want to see a demo? If you want to see a demo, type down 1 inside the chat. Okay, good. So far so good, right? So, okay, sure, we can do a demo. But after the demo, right, I want you guys to get ready because after the demo, it's your turn to practice the growth model in the breakout room. Okay, so get yourself ready. Find yourself a positions where you won't be disturbed because later on you're gonna coach someone. All right. So great. Now I'm just curious, how many of you who here wants to be a volunteer to become my coachee? Who wants to become a volunteer to become my coachee for me to actually try to ask to actually coach you using the growth model? Anyone? Oh, Mamad. All right. Okay, Mamad. All right, Mamat. Okay, good. Okay, so can we just spotlight Mamat as well as spotlight me as well so that everybody can see? Okay, good. Hi, Mamat.
Hi.
Can you just introduce yourself a little bit?
Yes. My name is
I
Mamat.
see.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
And I'm a Master Jaya member since I think last year, or early this year.
Mm.
I work in a family business in the medical device industry.
Mm.
My background.
Okay, very good.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, keep it up.
My background is engineer. I graduated as a
Engineer.
mechanical engineer. I have kids
Understand.
behind me. I hope you don't hear their iPads playing.
Let me see. Let me hear. No, very good.
All right,
Okay. So I'm just curious. Mama, what is one thing that you are currently facing challenges on? What is the one issues that you're currently facing whether in terms of communication, in terms of your leadership as a CEO? What is the one challenge that you currently face?
My overarching problem would be communication because I have trouble. Let's say I have two situations, one-on-one, and also speaking in front of people. So in one-on-one
Speaking in front of people.
I one-on-one I find it hard to carry on the conversation more than 30 seconds, for example.
Okay.
And where in speaking in front of people, I think we can admit that that is the number one fear worldwide. Public speaking.
Understand. Okay, so you're saying that when it's one-to-one, you can't last for more than 30 seconds. Is that right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. While it's public speaking, you can't actually, you're feeling fearful about that.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, understand. All right. So which one is a bigger problem? Speaking one-to-one or speaking one-to-many? Which one is more required in your job?
So what triggered me to go into Toastmasters is when I start to actually support my marketing team and join their visits to the customers, which are the hospitals.
I understand.
So they do presentations, which when I go to those events, I will always tell them, hey, please don't call me to give a speech. Because normally as a sponsor, we are invited to give a speech. And when I were invited, it was very awkward. And so like what you shared, the 3 Venn diagram on how to influence, you need to act the part. So for me to actually push the sales target, so I need to actually show that I can actually sell. Yes.
Understand. Okay. So maybe can you share with me, right, in terms of communications, whether it's one-to-one or one-to-many, right? What do you actually hope to achieve? What kind of communicator do you want to become? Yes.
If objectively, when communicating one-to-one, I would
Mm.
actually like to get their phone number and get a selfie so that
Mhm.
we can actually carry on and
Mhm.
and maybe put them in our mailing list, if you can say so.
Mhm.
And speaking in front of people is to actually talk to professionals outside my scope. As my background is engineering, however, my customers are doctors and medical officers.
Mm.
So
Understand.
to be able to actually sell my products where I am lacking in the knowledge of medicine. So that is the arts that I need to master.
Understand. So basically, where you want to improve the confidence, whether it's speaking one-to-one and one-to-many, am I right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, improve the confidence of speaking one-to-one, one-to-many. So I'm just curious, right? So you see, if one is like you're really not confident when it's come to speaking one-to-one or one-to-many, 10 is like you're super confident, you're able to speak so well. How would you rate yourself right now? 1 to 10?
3.
3.
Yes.
Okay. Why 3?
Why 3? Because the reality is like what you're sharing now is I still fail to not make a conversation awkward when it comes to one-to-one, one-on-one. And when public speaking is the momentum will die off after, let's say, after the 5th minute. Let's say if I'm a TME, then it will die off. I will get nervous. I will pace around the stage too much because I was nervous. And I couldn't actually get the pitch variety to get the attention.
Understand. Okay, very good. So that you rate yourself 3 because you still feel that you're still unpolished in certain sense, right? So you see, Mamat, based on your fear and also based on your goal and your reality right now, right? So maybe can you just share with me, right? What needs to happen in order for you to move from a 3 maybe to a 5 or 6 in terms of confidence level?
Well, first is to join Toastmasters. So the first step is done. And I think is to always take up a role, some major roles in whatever meeting. And I haven't been clubbing myself, so I'm going to go clubbing. I've committed to my Puchong on November, so maybe double up my Toastmaster trainings because now it's once every 2 weeks, so it will be nice to double up maybe once a week until the end of the year. Then
very good.
I would actually try to give my company presentation in Toastmaster and to actually get the secret recipe from there.
Very good. Okay, so looks like you have some options, right? So is it okay that I share my opinion to you as well? Mamat?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, so all these things in Toastmasters, that's great. So another thing that I actually hope that you can work more on is actually, you see, the reason why you're so fearful, whether it's speaking one-to-one or one-to-many, it's probably because your mindset, before when you meet the persons, before you are talking to a group of bigger people, it's about how do you talk to yourself, right? So you see, right, how do you actually overcome the fear is that you need to understand that what is the difference between fear and excitement is one thing, okay? Fear is you're thinking about what can go wrong. Excitement is you're thinking about what can go right. Do you agree?
Yes.
So the thing about you is that chances are, before you go into a conversation, before you go into a presentation, you keep on thinking about what could possibly go wrong, right? What if I talk to this person and my mind turns blank again? What if I give this presentation to a group of doctors and they don't buy my idea? So when you have all these things playing in your mind, that's when your mind is very occupied. And when you're presenting, you're not present. You have all these things, little voices happening here, and you forget your script. You don't know what to say next. You even forget to listen. Okay. So what happened is that one tip for you is that before your next presentations, right? So just spend some time with yourself, just close your eyes. And I want you to imagine what do you want to happen in the presentations later on? I want you to imagine the good outcome. Okay, I want people to clap for me. I want people to smile at me. I want people to clap and say that I'm a knowledgeable person. Think about what could go right. Yeah, because if you keep telling yourself, don't screw up, don't screw up, don't screw up, what do you think will happen? Screw up, right? If you keep telling yourself, don't forget, don't forget, don't forget, what do you think will happen?
Self-fulfilling prophecy.
Self-fulfilling prophecy. You will find ways to make that happen. Ah, alamak, forget. Yeah. So start small. Instead of thinking what you don't want, think about what you want. Okay, so that's one advice from me, right? So does it make sense, Mamat?
Yes, yes.
Okay, good. So you see, now you have heard from me and also you have just shared some ideas, right? What do you think that is the next immediate step that you can take in order to overcome your fear?
I will I would give a keynote presentation on my work in my Toastmaster meeting. I think that would be one. And I will take up more evaluation roles.
I see. Very good.
And attend all the table topics and go more clubbing.
Okay, that's it. All right, that's it. Give yourself a round of applause. Give Mama a round of applause. All right, everybody. Type down, well done inside the chat as well. Well done to Mama as well. Very good. Thanks for being my demo. So are you guys able to see, are you guys able to learn something from the demo, by the way? If yes, tell them yes inside the chat. Are you guys able to see the demo? Can you guys learn something from the demo so far? Okay, so let's replay the moments, right? So remember, what is the first question I start to ask Mama? Just unmute yourself and shout it out. What is the first question that I asked him? The first questions. Anyone remember? What do you want to achieve? Okay. Before what do you want to achieve? What is the challenge you're facing now? Very good. Okay. But before even this, what is the challenge you're facing right now? Okay, know a bit of your background. That's right. How are you doing? What is your background? A little bit background. Warm up the person. Then I ask about what is the challenge. I will normally start with the challenge first. Right? Or you can even start with your goal first and you start about challenge. So for example, I ask them, what do you want to achieve in terms of being a speaker or being a communicator? And the next thing is, I ask him, how would you rate himself, 1 to 10? What he rate himself? What is the score he rate himself? Type inside the chat. 3. Okay. So this is a method that coaches use. It's called scaling. So if you ask them, how do you think is your speaking skill right now? They will say, not so good. But what does not so good mean? You don't have a benchmark. So ask them to rate 1 to 10. It's a very good idea. 1 to 10, then you can tell them. Yeah. After you rate them, you can actually ask them, why do you rate yourself 3? Okay. If you want the person to actually move forward, you ask the next question, how can we move from 3 to a 5 or 6? Then they can actually have an answer for you because you are using their own ruler to talk to them. Yeah. So that's when Mama actually shared about their options, what they do. And last but not least, after he shared his options, what did I do? After he shared his options, what did I do? I share my advice, right? I share my suggestions, okay? So I only share my suggestions after the persons have given me trying to actually give some options, right? Because you want to let the person think first. If there's anything missing out, you can actually point it out and add on after that. And last but not least, I asked him, so what would you do next? Because the mentee has to commit to the next action steps. Okay, so how many of you find this grow model to be useful? Type down me inside the chat. It will be useful in helping you to coach someone. Now, do you think that you can use it to coach your subordinates at work as well? Yes or no? Yes, right. Do you think you can use this to coach your children as well? Yes or no? Yes. Yeah. Do you think you can use this to persuade someone as well? Yes or no? Yes. You can use this to ask questions, ask them what do they want to achieve, and then slowly lead them towards the outcome that you want. All right. So this is actually a very powerful model for you. So with all that being said, the best way to learn is by doing it. All right. So right now, what's going to happen next is that you guys are going to do the role model. Okay. So this is what's going to happen next. Later on, I want all of you guys here will be broken down into breakout rooms. Okay, and we will go into 3 person in a group. How many person? 3 persons. So I'll need Brian and the team to open the breakout room. So in this 3 breakout rooms, right? So what happened is that each of you will take turn. So this is actually how the timing looks like. Each person has 3 minutes to become a, so meaning that in that room, you have 3 persons, right? So 1 person will become the coach, one person will become the mentor, 1 person will become the mentee, and the 3rd person will become the observer. You observe between these 2, right? So 1 person become a mentor, 1 person become a mentee, 1 person become an observer, and then you guys rotate. We will do 3 rounds of this, okay? So for the mentor, you have 3 minutes to coach someone something, to coach the mentee on something, all right? 3 minutes, once 3 minutes is done, then we will have 2 minutes for feedback by the observer as well as by the mentee. Is that clear? Is that clear? How many minutes coaching? 3 minutes, right? Okay. How many minutes feedback? 2 minutes. Okay. So pay attention to the broadcast chart in here. When the time is up, okay, we will actually share with you that time's up. Start giving feedback. Then you need to stop whatever that you're doing and start giving feedback. So far so good? Make sense, huh? Okay. So we will time it for you. Remember, 3 minutes coaching, 2 minutes feedback. Are you guys ready? All right. So once you are done, once after the feedback, you will rotate, switch to the next person and to repeat the process again. Any questions? If you have no questions, are you guys ready to role play it? Okay. With that being said, let us actually open the breakout room.
Okay, let's open the breakout rooms. So for
Yes,
now,
feedback from the mentee and observer. Yes.
yes, between 2 to 3% should be fine, I think. Yeah, let's go.